If you fast forward to desegregation, we earned the right to have our full rights recognized as human beings and as Americans, but what we gave up was the power of keeping our dollar in our community. If you look at it in terms of baseball, prior to the integration of baseball, the Negro League arguably had a stronger, more entertaining league because the best of talent was in the Negro League from an athletic standpoint. The minute that you got integration, we not only lost, your Jackie Robinsons, but you lose your Satchel Pages, things of that nature. So the Negro Leagues fizzled away, which the whole economy fizzled away. We tend to think, oh, Major League Baseball won, and everybody won. But no, another economy, the barnstorming economy that used to go through all the chitlin circuits in the South, all that shrank up. So we lost industry. So if you fast forward to desegregation, we earned the right to have our full rights recognized as human beings and as Americans, but what we gave up was the power of keeping our dollar in our community. Because when we say support local business, what you're really saying is support small business or your neighbor's business or the business close to you. And because of that, our community suffers. Now, if the African-American community suffers economically, the greater community suffers. When we were a stronger community economically, the greater community was stronger economically. And the only way the greater community, or the only way we make this country great again, honestly, is to make every community self-sustaining and great again. It seems like the real progressive voices are being almost muted. Like, there's a very powerful former senator out of Ohio named Nina Turner. My question is often when we talk about black politicians, we talk about female politicians, this woman is literally the shadow of a Shirley Chisholm. Why isn't she talked about? You know what I mean? She is the current leader of our revolution, doing a heck of a job. It's kept me politically engaged and rallying up people down in Alabama, Georgia, Florida to try to win races down there, and one of which including Doug Jones, who won. So my question becomes, why are we silent on that? And why are we propping up people who are in bed with corporations? It's a dynamic woman, married to a lifelong police officer, so she understands salt of the earth issues all the way to the top, to the Isles of D.C. Again, is in the lineage of Shirley Chisholm, dynamic African-American woman, dynamic woman that's uniter of all women around these issues, as a collaborator with other allies. And again, I'm like you, why are we snickering? We're snickering because we've either picked our side already, because we have vested interest in that side, and we're already in bed with some type of oligarch. And she, like Bernie Sanders, like Elizabeth Warren, breaks that traditional mold. I told people why I supported Sanders then and why I support him now. Of any campaign I've ever seen in my life, including the ones that were ran by lieutenants of Dr. King, his has the most policy that matches par for par with King's Poor People's Campaign and Workers' Campaign. So when people talk about who are we going to be supporting, set your agenda before you start picking people. Chomsky talks about this. We're giving people to pick. We're giving opinions to have and a wide array of arguments in between. We should have an agenda that's already set, a group of requirements, who I will and will not vote for. And that should better help us determine who we're going to vote for.